So now that we have excuse me, seen how these log properties can work, what do you use them for? Well, a couple of things. Here's one. It's a great way to take logs that are separate and be able to put them together, which a lot of times makes things simpler. Take something spread out, put it all together. Now you have fewer things to deal with. Now, when you're putting things together, I have some advice. When you've got logs that are spread out like this, we're going to deal with our properties kind of in this order. I want you to deal with the powers first. Here's what that means. Take a look at whatever logs you have. If there are numbers in front, like this 12, make that an exponent inside first thing. So log base 5 now of u to the 12th power. Do the same thing here. Now leave the minus where it is. We're going to deal with that in a second. Take just the 3 and move it inside as an exponent on the v. This is what I mean. Log base 5 of v to the third. This is what I mean by deal with powers first. Coefficients in front, move them inside so that there are no coefficients in front anymore. Just positive and minus signs, plus signs, minus signs. That's it. Once you have done that, and only once you have done that, we're now ready to put everything together inside a single logarithm. So set up your log. Notice that the base isn't changing. It's base 5, so our log, when we put everything together, is still going to be base 5. And then we're going to set up a fraction. Now, pay attention to your signs. If it's all pluses, you actually don't need a fraction. But if there's any minuses anywhere, well, then you do need a fraction. Here's what I mean. Set up a fraction inside the log. So we're going to make a fraction bar in the logarithm. If it makes you feel better, put some parentheses around it so you remember that this fraction bar doesn't go under the word log. It's inside the logarithm. That's a very important deal. Now it's going to become, we're just going to take terms that are positive and put them on top. Terms that are negative get put on the bottom. That's because, remember our properties. Added logs are multiplied. That's top sort of stuff. Minus logs are divided. That's bottom sort of stuff. So here we go. I'm taking a look, and I see that we have here the u to the 12th is in a log that is positive. There's an imaginary plus sign in front here. So that u to the 12th goes on top of the fraction. The next log, the v to the third, notice it's got a minus in front. That means division inside the logarithm. So minus between logs is divide when they are together. Once you've done that, you're all finished. And just like that, you took two logs that were separate, put them into a single log that is now together. So powers first, coefficients in front as exponents, then set up a fraction, positive log stuff on the top, negative log stuff on the bottom. Okay, quick pause. I want you to try this one. Unpause when you are ready to check it. All right, I'm trusting you at this point to do a good pause. Here we go. First thing, coefficients in front need to become exponents inside. So this becomes log base 5 of x to the 4th plus log base 5 of z to the 4th minus log base 5 of y to the 12th. Exponents inside first. Coefficients become exponents before you do anything else. That's our down in front property. Okay, once you have now no other numbers in front of your logs, you're ready to put them together into a single log. Log base 5, set up a fraction inside the logarithm. This log is positive, so x to the 4th goes on top. This log is positive, so z to the 4th goes on top. This log is negative, so y to the 12th goes on the bottom. And that is all there is to it. When you're finished, you should have only one log. Notice you only write the word log one time in your final answer. That's the whole point of putting them together. Okay, last one here. I would like you to now do the same thing. Quick pause, unpause when you're ready to check. Right, looking in front, no coefficient, no coefficient, no coefficient. So nothing goes inside this time. We are now ready to get a single log. Now remember I said to set up a fraction? Notice how there's no minuses, there's no negative anywhere. That means there would be nothing on the bottom of the fraction. So in that case, you actually don't need to set up a fraction bar. This is all just going to be multiplied together inside the log. So the u plus means multiply times the v plus means multiply times the w. That's all there is to it. If it makes you feel better, you can put parentheses around it. Either way is okay. And you're good to go. So on this last one, again, we didn't do an actual fraction bar because since there was no minus, there'd be nothing to put on the bottom.